Okay, our Linda is in. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
You all right?
Yes.
Were you a bit queasy getting out of the lift there?
I was, and it only takes a split second to get here, but it was. Made me go all funny.
Right, funny.
You'd think with the medical dramas and everything that we've watched, I could fix
I can
myself.
say what it is, it's all...
Here, listen, I have something I want to talk to you about. So a friend of mine during the week called Delphi, she opened her bag and she was clearing out her bag, and what came out of her bag was a calendar.
A calendar?
And so the calendar was for
a calendar with dates on it, or a thing where you strain vegetables?
No, what was she doing? Anyway, so a calendar with dates on it, and the calendar was for a funeral parlour. So I was thinking, the calendars that we have in our life just shows you where you are, right?
She got sent a calendar by a funeral parlour company? Whoa.
So the different calendars, what is the calendars that you have up on your wall? Now, every Christmas I always get one from the Chinese, which tells you everything. I mean, you probably get
Chinese,
one.
we got a share issue. We get, that's right. So calendars.
So the calendars that you have in your house, what are they?
Yeah,
because you can get car calendars, and then you get the takeaway calendar.
I always get John the Picture Man's calendar. He does his scenes of around Ireland and all.
The beauty on
the
our
calendar.
doorstep.
Yeah, but I suppose it shows your dad's up the left when the Chinese send you a calendar.
Listen, people have multiple takeaway calendars in their houses, so it's not unusual.
Here, now I saw this on Twitter, and I'm not saying it reminded me of you, but this girl says, my daughter said her ear was sore. Mm-hmm. And I said, inside or outside? And she walked out to the front door and went like that. It's the same, both.
Is that true?
That's true. Yeah. So
I can see why you would do that.
No, see, I just thought if that had said Linda on that, I'd have went, yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was this is something
it's like buying the shoes,
Yes.
I know your mummy makes you walk up and down with the shoes, Do they fit? Yes, they fit. Now, try them with the tongue out. Yes, they fit. Anyway, go ahead.
So the other thing I wanted to mention, this was something that I just mentioned briefly on my show last week, but it was actually for you, so I didn't really go into it. CB handles. Mm-hmm. Did you ever know anybody years ago?
Rubber duck and all. We never had CBs.
No, we didn't have CBs.
Can I just say this without starting a whole row? Protestants had CDs. What was? There was,
So you don't think that anybody...
We didn't have CBs. We didn't have cars.
Listen, there are people up our way. Obviously, some people did have CB aerials and CB handles. We just didn't.
No, I didn't know anybody did. My mates in work, who were all from East Belfast and all, they all had them.
Did they?
It was like a different language. They're all talking about, going to go for an eyeball and all this stuff, Different language, totally.
And some of the names...
Go for an eyeball up at the ice bowl, and I'm, what? What's going on up there?
So I just thought that would be good, because there's some brilliant handles. I was told some during the week, but of course I can't remember any of them.
Well, a lot of them you couldn't repeat,
No.
Sorry, so without starting a whole sectarian war, can... Any Catholics listening, did you have a CB?
But the thing is, some drivers, so taxi drivers, some drivers you would have known that had the CB aerial, which was totally different, I think.
Well, that was Parrot Taxis you're thinking of, yeah. They were using the CB band to run a taxi firm, I think. It was like you'd be in a taxi. There was that many Parrot Taxis on about years ago, and you'd be in a taxi and there'd be a roadblock with the police. The taxi man go, you're my cousin. And then, so you're getting questioned by the police. Do you know him? He's my uncle. I mean, and your man's going, I can't remember what you are, my cousin. Right, okay. So, everybody out of the car. Mary McLean said, you were lucky if you had a wireless. Never mind.
I know.
Siobhan from Canada said, we had one. So there. Big Henry says, my CB handle was Beetlejuice and my brother was Blackjack. Right? And
the thing is, did they ever get together and actually see who everybody was? Did they ever have a meeting?
That's what an eyeball was. A meet-up.
Right.
So they'd say something like, okay, it might be eyeball at Tesco, a car park, 8 o'clock, everybody go. And that's so everybody got the message, turned up, and, as far as I know, it was all a mystery to me. A hairy leg was a fella, right? There's Darren says, what's a CB? Like a walkie-talkie? Darren, for goodness sake, and you're a lawyer too. Johnny, we had a CB in my brother's Mini, brackets, Catholic, This is mad. Nolan, New York says, I had a CB, my handy was the monkey's elbow. Right? Okay. We had a CB, says John. White Crow. Oh, right.
That's
Okay. So there you go. White Crow. It sounds very, you know. Right. Any more of these? Hairy Leg was a fella. So, yes. Talking about terminology. Hold on. There's more here. My hobby of 44 years through CB radio. I was African Queen and he was the Transformer. Class, isn't it?
Really
And I thought Johnny Hero was a stupid name. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, no. Liam says my brother had a CB. I'm not reading that.
No. Can I see it? No.
Crusty boxers. That's what it says.
No.
Yes, your 20 was location. What's your 20? Where are ye? You know, want an eyeball at the so-and-so.
And did it all start out with the truckers?
Yes, started with the truckers in America, as far as I know. Right. Funny, the Winter Olympics is on the screen there, right? Oh, no, it's over now. I've been watching it and know how you watch it and you think you're knowledgeable, you know? So when I was watching the downhill slalom things and they're, you know, over ramps and they're doing burleys in the sky, all that kind of thing. That's not what they're called. No.
He's doing a burley.
He's catching air. He's got a lot of air and all that stuff. So I'm watching. And you'll always, for no reason at all, pick one that you like, you know, and you're supporting him. And he's going down there, the Austrian guy, and you're going, right, it's a Salco. Triple Salco. Happy days. And then the commentators say, oh, and he's done the Iron Cross. That's where they cross the skis in the mid-air, right? So I'm going, Iron Cross. He's done the crucifix. Oh. And then it's like all these words you don't know, and then they say, oh, it's a double Marmaduke. And I'm going, double Marmaduke? And the guy says, and of course that was outlawed in 1964 after the skier decapitated 2 cameramen. And I'm going, right, okay.
Hands up.
Not supporting him anymore. We'll go somewhere else. It's cloud, but you think you get to know, you know, and then you're watching like an expert. And I'm sure that people who really do the sport are going, these are all daft. My CB handle was Brandy Go-Go, right? My other half said, Billy said the West was full of CBs, the West was known as Hazard County, says Bob's in Lisburn. Right. Okay.
The thing is, where did you get your CBs? Was there a CB shop?
I don't know.
And then if you took a name and someone had the same name.
Given the security situation here, I always found it dodgy that there was anybody could just communicate by radio like that, you know. I don't know.
But then it was brilliant because two sides of the community could talk to each other.
Well, there you go. Hands across the barricades, right?
Over the CB.
Right. Johnny, I went to an eyeball in 1982 and ended up pregnant. Liam says, I thought you said Protestants only had CBs. Listen, I didn't know any Catholics that had one. I didn't know anybody had a car. Well, no, we had a car sometimes, but we never...
When it went?
We never had a car you didn't have to push in the mornings. It was like being on a fitness course, you know. If my dad was going out to work, you know, on the sites or whatever. Get up out of bed, 7 o'clock, push that van, start it. You know, I wonder all running around like muscles like that.
We had a car you had to start with a screwdriver, and you had to hold
That's
the
a stolen
door.
car.
You had to hold the. I think it was my Uncle Frank. You had to hold his car door in with a rope because it wouldn't close. So anybody sitting in the passenger seat had to hold the rope. And how many cars when you were turning left or right, you had to get somebody to put their arm out the window because nobody had indicators that worked.
Right. Anyway. Yes, my brother's handle was Iron Fist, and they christened me Chicken Chest. Let's see. Big Marty says, I have had CB and ham radio. Ooh,
so what's the difference?
From Banbridge. And I'm a Catholic, and I was the Undertaker. So right. Ham radio is like your own wee radio station. You can broadcast all over the world. CB's very short range, you know. I'm not really...
You made that up.
No, it didn't. Ham radio, you can broadcast to Mars if you want, you know.
Right.
It's like a wee radio station in your house, you know. Who else? Yes. Big Matt says truckers use the CBs to alert other truckers about speed cops and stuff. Speed cams, right? Whoa, there's my sister was Black Velvet. 3-0 for a copy. What does that mean? Understood or something? Right, okay. Somebody else, my handle was Brandy Go-Go. How did they make these up? As you said, it must have been murder if somebody had the same name as you.
Someone's running about pretending to be you on the CB.
Your name, Don't talk to, Billy Marbles. Don't talk to him. Because hang on, I'm Billy Marbles.
I was Marbles first.
You didn't need a car for a CB. Our Ariel was stuck on an old biscuit tin in the bedroom. Very cross community where I lived, right? Okay. Well, you're not going to go for many eyeballs, are you? Trail the biscuit tin down to Tesco car park. Everybody's in their car. I'm driving an RS 2000, and you're walking around the car park with a biscuit tin. You must be biscuit tin Billy, are you? All right.
So I never thought about that. If you had it in your house, then you still needed it in your motor.
Yes.
Right.
Johnny, you're talking about Parrot Taxis. I came from a club, Shebeen in Glencairn, and got in, and the back window was stoved in. It's ventilation. And I was sitting in the back of the car, and there's glass everywhere. I mean, next thing your driver just took off. It was a stolen car he got into. He says, we got down to the Westlawn in about 3 minutes. Did he ask you for money? That's you just coming out of the club a few jars. Hey, taxi man. All right, get in. No windows in it. Class. Right. It was so short range, we walked to the eyeballs. Yes. No, that was a mystery to me, that world, But the names take me to the fair, Right, when are you ruining your own show?
Tomorrow night from 8, and then Saturday and Sunday from 7.
Right, okay.
And I went to see a movie, and I only give it 6. And it was that one 28 years later, because it was references to... It was just not good. It was not good.
I was looking forward to it. I saw it, and it was like, meh.
No, it just didn't like it.
Johnny, you couldn't meet at Tesco's because it didn't exist. It was Stewarts. Yes.
Or the VG.
Super Mac.
The VG.
I was the barbarian, says Ian. I don't know why, because people met me going, where's the barbarian? I'm standing there, 9 stone soaking wet. I'm like, hello. Joyce says, I met my husband through the CB. I'm married 40 years now. Joyce, forgive. Try and put it behind you. Right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.